What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly Forex analysis video. I feel like we've been doing these weekly videos very consistently almost every week, but this is going to be for 20 to 25th, October 20 to 25th. So I have, I think, 4 pairs or maybe 5 pairs I want to talk about. Very high confluence this week for some counter trend trades. So we do have to be careful because they're going to be counter trend, but they're very high confluence, and I'll explain why. I want to take 2 seconds to apologize. Sorry I didn't really post last week. I really wanted to, but you know, I'm not a full-time trader yet, right? So I'm still trading on the side. I still have like a main job, so it gets busy, and sometimes I just can't find the time to record or script and post as much as I want to. So I apologize for that, but we're gonna do better this week. But yeah, let's jump into the charts and let me show you what I have. All right, so first up on the list is USDCAD. Last week, I talked about USDCAD and how we were looking for long positions once price does come back to this area of interest. We were like right around here. We were hoping for a retracement to go long again. The thing that I'm looking at now is a counter trend trade because of the daily time frame is starting to reverse, and it's also starting to create lower time frame areas of interest to bounce off of to head to the downside back into this area of interest. So what I'm looking for is very, very simple. We want to see an area of interest that we can use as resistance on the lower time frame, specifically because it's a counter trend trade. We can't really use a higher time frame area of interest. So last week we were here-ish, and I explained that we could be looking for a counter trend trade, but we don't have any area of interest to bounce off of. And what we would need is a development of an area of interest. Go back into my last video. You'll see I said those exact words. We want to see a lower time frame area of interest develop so we can use it as resistance. Throughout the course of the week, we never really got that. But now we are back into this zone where we do have a much clearer picture of this lower time frame area of interest. Right, so we have support, resistance, resistance, support, support, support. Now we're simply waiting for a breakout, retest, and then to continue to the downside. We see our EMA is also starting to line up pretty well as well. If we do continue downwards, we're going to be below our 1 hour EMA, below our 2 hour, below our 30-minute, and we can also potentially use that as resistance to push ourselves down to the downside as well. We can see that our fib sequence might line up well depending where price action ends up. We might even have maybe one more day and might have a fib sequence like this. It depends. We'll have to see what the first day or so of market structure develops. But overall, we're looking for this general breakout of this lower time frame area of interest to come back, retest, and then that's when we look for our supply zones to take a short position. So very, very clean. This is my highest confluence pair for this week. And again, we're just simply waiting for this to, again, retrace back all the way back into our area of interest on the daily time frame, where we have this double bottom, retesting the neckline, retesting our fib sequence for the daily, and then hopefully potentially push upwards from there. So that's USD CAD. Next up, we have GBP USD. This one we are looking for a long position, like another counter trend trade. I think the weekly looks very strong for buys, right? We are creating this simple market structure that I've been talking about for maybe like 20 fucking weeks, honestly. GBP USD. I told you guys, breakout here, come back, it's going to retest, it's going to go long, which we did. Come back, retest, it's going to go long, come back, retest, it's going to go long. We're creating such simple market structure that it's just very, very clean. Now, we are technically bullish or bearish on the weekly, but I do think this area of interest is strong enough to hold. We're starting to get already weekly rejection wicks from this zone. So it's looking very, very clean to continue bullish, right? Even though weekly says bearish. But on the daily time frame, if we wait for another breakout retest of this lower time frame area of interest, we can see that then we will have potential to continue this weekly bias into the bullish direction, right? Just like I said before, lower time frame area of interest, we have resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance. And this was a news event that broke downwards. Come back, we want to break out, come back, retest area of interest, use this EMA, right? EMA will be here by the time we end up at this area of interest again to continue long. And hopefully we can see a nice lineup with our fib sequence. Hopefully not too high like this. Hopefully we get a different fib sequence where we can use something like this. That would be a lot cleaner, but we will have to see and wait, right? We can't force these trades. We just need to see what price action says to us and what the market develops over the next first day or two. But again, like I said before, these are very high confluencing pairs because they are in confluence with each other. USD CAD, we're looking for shorts. GBP USD, we're looking for longs, right? So just having that opposite attraction to each other is very, very clean, very nice to see. Euro AUD looking very clean for shorts as well. Super, super clean. The only thing that I dislike about this pair is that I really like to use my fib sequence. You guys know I love to use my fib sequence, and we could even see that a daily supply zone is being created almost exactly at the 0.618 zone. The difference about this fib sequence, though, is that it's only on the daily time frame and it's a single candlestick fib sequence, which I don't like to ever really do. Because if we go down to the 4-hour, we see we really can't use that same fib sequence on the 4-hour time zone because you know we have this elbow here, so we have to use it something like this. And if that's the case, then we already used the 0.618 zone. So is it going to come all the way back up into our area of interest to retest? Maybe, hopefully. What I'm hoping for and what we would like to see is that the new weekly candlestick comes back up and creates a higher wick, tapping this zone before pushing to the downside again. Is it a guarantee? No, but I do like it when we have, let's say, our weekly candlestick, and the first thing that it does when a new one opens, that it creates this upper wick first, right? It'll open, it'll create this upper wick first, and then head to the downside like this. That's what we want to see. We want to see this upper wick tap into our area of interest, and then hopefully see again another fib sequence, maybe lower time frame, 30-minute, 1 hour, whatever it may be, to get in on a nice little retracement pull, something like this. I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Something, I don't know. I'm not guessing the market here, but you get the gist of it, right? We want to seek supply zones as well. We have a 1-hour supply zone here, 2-hour lining up again perfectly with it. 4-hour is already technically tapped into, but we do have like another 4-hour supply zone right here that just barely missed, it looks like. Almost very close, but either way, looking still very clean for shorts. Just I really like this daily double top here. It's also pretty obvious on the 4-hour. We can see we're getting a lot of resistance in this general zone, you know what I mean? In this general area, we're getting a lot of resistance and a lot of force, a lot of sellers in the market. So very nice to see. Last pair this week is AUDUSD. Last week I told you guys we were going to look for longs. We never got that breakout and retest like we wanted to. It just continued to sell off, which is fine. No trade, right? So it is what it is. But now we're simply waiting for longs again. I would like to see a cleaner market structure than this because I do really like this 4-hour reverse head and shoulders. But the thing is that there's a lot of chop, right? There's a lot of chop between this 4-hour market structure. And you could already see that if you drew your fib sequence, you might have already be in this trade a few times. There's a few different areas where you might have been able to enter. So a lot of supply zones are getting, or demand zones are getting tapped into already on the lower time frame. So it's like not super clean. That's why it's my last pair on the watch list, because it's not as high confluence as the other ones, but it still looks decent, right? It still looks somewhat okay. What I'm going to be hoping for is just cleaner market structure to develop when the market opens, maybe a little retracement, smaller time frame shift of structure to continue to the upside, something like this. We can already see we're using our 1-hour, 2-hour EMA, 30-minute EMA all as support already. So I don't want to rush it and just place a buy the moment market opens, because like I said before, we want to see the weekly time frame create this lower wick whenever we have, oh, wrong one. Create this lower wick if we're looking for buys, right? We want market structure to open, create this lower wick before pushing upwards. So, you know, it's a little hard to catch this one, I think, because market structure is very, very choppy and there's a lot of volume. But we will have to see what market structure develops. So those are my 4 main pairs for the week. I also have Bitcoin here, which is pretty nice. I do have a position on Bitcoin that I got from a payout a while ago. So we're pushing pretty strong. The bull run might be heading upwards. We'll see. I've been trying to do some research on crypto recently because it looks like it's a good field to be in. I do want to get some investments in there. And I've seen a couple people saying they believe it's going to hit the 90,000 mark before selling off again. So we'll see. Some people say it's going to hit almost to 200,000, but I think that's very, very a little too optimistic. You know, it's pretty high up. Whether that takes, you know, maybe a month or two, that's still very, very long. I think 90,000 is a lot more realistic, so that'd be awesome if we could reach there. That'd be a few grand extra in my pocket, which would be awesome. And that's basically it. I don't really trade gold, Ethereum, might look for a long position, not really trading my own strategy with this crypto. I would say this is just more of like a gut feeling. If Bitcoin rises, a lot of the other altcoins and other cryptocurrencies tend to rise as well. It's just the general pattern. Everybody follows the leader, and Bitcoin is the leader. So we're hopeful to see maybe some reactions off of XRP and Ethereum. That's what I'll be looking for. Really not really trading anything specific, like a specific strategy. I'm not really sure. I haven't placed any trade yet, but it's just kind of like a thought in the back of my mind. But that's basically it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any questions, hit up my Instagram DMs. I'll be more than happy to answer, or send a comment down below. My link for my free Telegram is in my bio right below. So go ahead and join that if you want to see the weekly analysis for free, and also any updates throughout the week about my trades. So hope you guys have good luck trading this week. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.